Welcome to Spike's Bikes, where we talk about all things mountain biking, from races to trips or just plain riding with your buddies. Sit tight, we have a great episode coming up. Hey guys, I was at the local Woody's race getting some footage, enjoying the races, and I just happened to take note of the atmosphere that Corey and Natalie Purchase have provided for everyone there. There's a kids race, there's adults races, there's some, aspiring racers, and there's a whole bunch of regular Joe Blow people like myself out there having a good time. And if I ever had to go to a mountain bike race or event, that's exactly the kind of atmosphere that I would want. I think they do a wonderful job of providing an atmosphere that everyone can enjoy. But I'm not the greatest storyteller, so I was having some trouble articulating that on screen, so I've enlisted a good friend of mine, ChatGPT, to write me a story. And as I read this story, I'm going to read some footage or view the footage from the race and try to portray to you exactly what I'm thinking and feeling when I go to any type of mountain bike event. But in this case, it's the Woody's local race series, because it's close by and it is the perfect atmosphere for all of us to take part in. So here we go. Pay no mind that I'm looking off screen for part of it. I don't have this memorized, so I'm going to do my best to, pay attention to you and the screen and get it right. Here we go. Let me start with a question. Have you ever watched a bike race like the Tour de France or a local kids race and thought, wow, that looks intense? Maybe even a little intimidating? We often hear cycling races described as elite, professional, or extreme. But what if I told you they're really just games? And like all good games, they're meant to be fun, playful, and most importantly, open to anyone of any age. Today I want to shift your perspective. I want to show you that cycling races aren't just for professionals, they're cycling games. And yes, they're for kids, teens, adults, and even grandparents. So what we're watching here is basically the start of the race. We have been watching everybody get ready for the race. I don't see anybody stressed out. I don't see anybody having a bad time. I don't see anybody thinking that this is overwhelming to them. The only people that think these things are overwhelming are the people that have never been there. Don't knock it till you try it type of deal. I mean, again, I've said it before, Corey Purchase puts a lot of effort into making sure that everybody feels welcome and comfortable, and I think he does a phenomenal job. I know I have never felt out of place there, and I've never seen anyone stressed out or having a bad time. This particular start that we're watching is the Wood Newton O Cup track, so they're having the Ontario Cup race there on the weekend, and he lets us all run that same track, I'm guessing to help warm up the track, get it all beat down and packed in for them. But so there's a lot of aspiring racers there. As I said before, they're, practicing the track, getting ready for the weekend. And then, towards the back of the start pack is most of the regular people just out to have a good time. So we just watched the start pack take off, and we've got to see what the start of a race looks like. Now we're going to watch a little bit of footage of what it looks like when people are coming through some of the faster sections. And while we do that, I'm going to get back into the story. Let's start with something simple. What even is a game? A game is a structured form of play, usually with a goal, some rules, and a sense of fun. It can involve competition, but it doesn't have to be about winning. It can be physical or mental, and most importantly, it invites participation. We call tag a game, we call soccer a game, we even call Monopoly and chess a game. So what do they all have in common? Rules you agree to, some kind of challenge, the freedom to enter and play for anyone, and then joy, laughter, and learning. Guess what? A cycling race checks all of those boxes. You might be wondering, okay, that's fun, but what about age? Isn't racing just for the young and the fit? Absolutely not. Let me tell you about a local slow bike race where the goal is to go as slow as possible without putting your foot down. It's hilarious. Or my own little series called Spike's Run, taking place over the next few weeks. A handicap start race where the slower riders take off ahead of the speedsters and try to stay ahead. It's strategic and it's a race, a game. Or about kids on balance bikes racing across the playground. Are they professionals? No. Are they racing? Absolutely. Are they playing? Completely. There are races for toddlers, there are races for teens, there are races for beginners, for people with disabilities, for people who've never raced before in their life. The cycling game isn't closed off. It's open to all who want to play. And even in serious races, you'll find people just challenging themselves. Not everyone wants to win. Some want to finish, some want to laugh, some want to try. That's the magic of games. They meet you where you are. On that, we're going to take another quick break from the story, and we're going to get into a couple of rider interviews. I did do some rider interviews. I kind of messed them up a little bit, so don't hold it against the riders. They were gracious enough to tell me a little bit about themselves or what bike they're riding and whatnot. The volume's not so great, but I'll do my best to adjust it. Anyways, let's get into that.
We're back here with, who are we with? And what kind of bike are you riding, Emily? Spectacular. Is that a full suspension or a hardtail bike? Alright, kids race or the adults race? Spectacular. Right, everyone, we're back for another bike check. I am here with
Andrew Hiltonwick.
Spectacular. And what is your ride today?
This is a Specialized Epic 8 Pro 2025.
And this is just newly acquired, I understand.
Yeah, this is the fancy colorway of new 2025 that sold out pretty much instantly. I really think it hit store shelves.
That is awesome. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Dave here with Spike Bikes again, and who are we with? Hey Charlie, what kind of bike are you riding today? Norco Revolver. Is yours a full suspension or a hardtail? You doing the kids race or the adults race? Spectacular. Dave here, Spike Bikes, and I am with
Mike Davidson.
Mike Davidson. Spectacular. What bike are you riding today?
Today I'm on the Canyon Exceed CF SLX.
Now that's a ride, folks. All right. That's a wrap. All right, we're back with another quick bike check. Who am I with?
Trevor Moore.
Trevor. Spectacular. And what are you riding today?
I am riding an Orbea Oy.
Orbea Oys. All right, and we're doing 2, 3, or 4 laps?
I think we're doing 3.
3. I usually do 2, but yeah, we'll give it to the in shape guys. Thanks.
Right on. Okay. You can do
All right, we're here with.
For Starling.
And what kind of bike you riding?
Canada Temple.
Spectacular. Doing 1, 2, 3, or 4 laps today?
Well, 3-day race lap, probably 5 in total. Warm up, go down, maybe 6. We'll see how it feels.
Good stuff. Hi everyone, this is Dave here with Spike's Bikes, and we are with. And what kind of bike are you riding today, Jackson? Spectacular. And are you doing the kids race or the adults race today? Spectacular. Okay, everyone, that's Jackson. Right, we're set up for yet another bike check. Who am I here with?
My name is Thomas Sederkini.
All right, and what kind of bike are you riding?
I'm riding today at Scott Sport.
Awesome. And are you doing 2, 3, or 4 laps?
I'm hesitating between 2 and 3. We'll see.
All right, thank you much. All right, we're here with another rider. Who am I with?
Dennis Cavish.
Dennis Cavish. Nice to meet you. And what are you rocking today?
Yeti SB120.
Yeti SB120. 2, 3, or 4 laps?
Awesome question. I think it's 3.
He's doing 3. I think it's optional. I usually do the 2 because Corey kicks me off the course.
Yeah, you might just kick me off if I'm doing 4.
Spectacular. Thanks, man.
All right, have a great.
Now that we're all done with rider interviews, before I carry on with this video, I just want to take a second and say thank you to Liftoff, my company, for 1, being a great place to work, and 2, supporting me through my mountain bike goals this year as my athletic sponsor. So I'm going to take a minute and read something right off of their website. So here we go. Liftoff is North America's largest full-service Toyota forklift dealer for new and used forklift sales, service, parts, warehouse solutions, and training. As your trusted partner for end-to-end Toyota forklift and material handling solutions since 1960, Liftoff offers a full line of new and used forklift sales, rentals, parts, and service. Toyota factory certified forklift technicians are available 24/7 in Canada and the US for all of your material handling needs. Okay, let's get back into the races now, because that's what we're here for, inevitably. So before I read the next part of this little story that I've got from my good friend over at ChatGPT, I just want to let you know we are watching footage from the last 3 weeks of Woody's races. Each week you'll notice that there's an abundance of people from all different walks of life. There are kids there, there are adults there, some older, some younger. It's what we're here for. It's an environment that we can all appreciate being part of. So with that being said, I'm going to continue with this story. And so here we go. Sometimes we take races too seriously. We make them about rankings, stats, money, and yes, there's a place for that. But we should never forget the playful roots. Every game has its intense side. Chess can be a battle of grandmasters, but can also be a kid's game at recess. Same with cycling. We need to remember that races can be playful, fun, lighthearted, inclusive, and you don't have to be an Olympian to race. Racing on bikes is just another way to play. The course is the playground. The finish line is just the last space on the board. So the next time someone says, cycling races are only for athletes, smile and say, nope, they're just games and anyone can play. All it takes is a bike, a bit of imagination, and the spirit to try. Whether you're racing a sibling to the corner store, riding in a costume charity ride, or entering your first local race, you're not just riding, you're playing the game of bikes. And games, my friends, are for everyone. So go out, ride, race, laugh, fall, get up and try again. Because cycling isn't just a sport, it's a beautiful, joyful game. And the world is your playground. Well, that was ChatGPT's addition to this video, and I hope you all liked the story. I thought it personally drove home the point that I'm trying to make, that, cycling is not something that you need to be intimidated by. Going out and doing an event is not something that you need to be particularly prepared for. The only preparation you need is the mental acceptance that you're out to have a good time. And whether you come in first place, whether you achieve your goals of finishing the race, whether your goal is to just go out and put forth an effort, or your goal is to actually try to win, regardless of what you're doing it for, you need to understand you're only doing it so that you can enjoy the time you have with your bike. Most of us will spend a lot of money on a bike, go out and ride around in circles, ride around the same trail over and over again. And for what? What is the point of just doing the same thing over and over again with your bike? All the time you invest in cycling, you might as well get out there, take part in some events, take part in your sport, join something like the Woody's race or Kelso races. I think they have some races at Palgrave. You can look at things like the 8-hour relay, which takes the word race right out of it. We go and do the 24-hour summer solstice as a team event. We go out and there's 6 of us. I go for a lap and then I take a break for a bunch of hours, and my teammates go for their laps, and it's really just about going to do your lap. It's not a race. There's no real reason to rush. We just go out and have an absolute blast and enjoy the events. So no matter what you're doing, just think of it this way. If you join a softball league, when it's your turn up to bat, you're going to put forth a solid effort. When you're running the bases, you're going to run. Maybe not try to sprint like when you were a kid, but, whatever. But once you're back in the dugout, it's time to relax and hang out. Maybe have a brew. Maybe just drink, some refreshment of any sort just to get yourself, cooled off and whatnot. But other than that, you're just out to have a good time. And, having been to the Woody's race for the entire season last year and a few races already this year, I can promise you at an event like this, you're not going to find any reason to feel intimidated, nervous, or even hesitant, because they provide such an amazing environment for us all to share in. I don't think there's any reason for you to not take part in these types of games.
Double pickle? Oh man! I haven't seen the likes of it in years! Where's your bike? In the garage? Double pickle. Unprecedented. I need more buns over here. I got some weenies ready. Let's go. Hey, you betcha. Still enjoying it? Yeah, I'm hopefully going to get it right.
Right around, but stay here.
Okay, guys, gather around. Let's do some prizes. No, I'm doing it.
No, give me.
I want to do
Give
it.
me. Give me. Give
You
me.
gotta go faster.
I'm really good at it.
That looks like your face. I know you're cheating.
Okay.
Well, that was no fun. He had my number in his pocket.
Stay here.
Okay, guys, gather around. Let's do some prizes. Prizes. Okay, guys, as always, we've got a 1 hour lesson from Radco. Learn to jump, learn to corner, do whatever you want to do on a bike. We also have Slab Town beer.
And I don't like that, so I'm going to do it again. Or Jesus Christ, what another blooper reel. Okay, so that's it for all the rider interviews that I've... As we finish... Why did I have to like... maybe I should just like keep my mouth shut until I'm ready to talk. Okay, so I'm not going to restart. I'm just going to leave a little bit of space. I'm going to shut my mouth and record from there. As you take... After watching the start pack go, we're going to call this yet another goddamn blooper reel. Here we go with more up files. And all right, well that's up. So we're gonna call this a blooper reel, and we're gonna start again.